Alright, so we've talked about graphing them, and now we just want to try to talk about solving them. So in this case, we're looking at OR statements. We're just solving each one separately. So we're taking x plus 8, which is greater than 10, and then x minus 1, which is less than or equal to negative 8, and we're solving each of these. So in this case, we're just going to subtract 8. So we're going to say x is greater than 2, and then we're adding 1. So you get x is less than or equal to negative 7. So in this case, x is greater than 2. So x is larger than 2. And then at negative 7, we're saying that x is less than or equal to negative 7. Okay? So like number 2 is going to be pretty similar. Let's see if I can find one that's a little bit more challenging. Let's look at like number 3. I have x over 2 is less than 0, or x plus 4 is less than or equal to 13. So in this case, I want to get rid of the 2 out of the denominators like we were talking about before. We can multiply both sides by 2, and we could say that x is less than 2. And then here we could subtract 4. So I know that x is greater than 9. Okay, so if I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we know that x is smaller than 0. And then we know that x is greater than or equal to 9. Okay? So ORs are just going in the opposite direction. We're just solving them like kind of like two different inequalities. Now when I look at ANDs, it's a little bit different. So I got negative 19 is less than negative 10 plus m, which is less than or equal to negative 5. In this case, we are going to be trying to get rid of everything that's not attached to the m. So in this case, I want to get rid of that minus 10. So in order to get rid of that minus 10, I'm going to have to add 10. Now I can't just add 10 to the middle. I have two other sides to add to now. So I'm going to have to add 10 to this side, add 10 to this side. So you guys end up with negative 9, which is less than or equal to m, which is less than or equal to 5. So like in this case, your graph would look like this. Okay. The same idea here with this one. I got negative 12 is less than or equal to 2x, which is less than or equal to 16. So in this case, guys, we do want to divide by what's in front of x. So we're going to divide both sides by 2, all three sides by 2, actually. So I end up with negative 6 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 8. Okay? So if I wanted to graph that, it's going to go closed, closed, and in between there. Okay, guys? All right. We're going to skip those two. Let's look at 17. Okay. I got negative 48 is less than or equal to negative 9x minus 3, which is less than 33. All right, so we do want to add 3 to both sides. So those two cancel. I'm left with negative 45 is less than or equal to negative 9x, which is less than 36. And then we want to get rid of that negative 9. So the way we're going to get rid of that negative 9 is because it's being multiplied, we're going to divide. So we're going to divide everything by negative 9. So you guys end up with 5. And because we're dividing by a negative, we have to flip the sign. So 5 is greater than or equal to x, which is greater than negative 4. If I were not to flip the sign, that wouldn't make sense. X cannot be bigger than 5, but smaller than negative 4. That can't work out that way. All right, so we're going to just say, okay, closed circle at 5, open circle at negative 4. We're just connecting. Okay. So what I'm going to recommend is that you guys try some of each of these. Like I want you guys to try some of the ORs and some of the and ones, and I will show you, try those, and then check the answers against this for me. Okay? Have a great day.